trading is uncertainty. And when you get to uncertainty, that is out of your comfort zone. And if you don't have the self-belief, the self-trust, the self-confidence, the strength, the mental strength, the mindset, the mental fortitude, the hardiness, then getting out of a comfort zone is incredibly, it's a terrible experience, and your emergency brain pulls on the brakes and you panic. Panic is FOMO, it's fear trading, revenge trading. That's what panic looks like in the markets. Trading is uncertainty. So as you know, with probabilities, and I'm assuming we've all read Mark Douglas's book, Trading in the Zone, where if you've tested your strategy and you've got a 60% win rate, okay, that's a very high win rate. I think a lot of people, when you're doing your back testing, you think 60, 70, 80% is a normal win rate. If you can consistently do a 60% win rate in live markets, you're like a top trader, right? So let's just say your win rate is 60%. We know that over a series of 100 trades, 60 times those trades will win, 40 times they won't win. But on each individual trade, you have a 50-50% chance. Anything could happen, okay? We have to accept that as traders, anything could happen on any single trade. Now that's uncertainty, but you've got to be willing to take the risk. You've got a certain dollar amount of risk, and when your setup occurs, you are willing to place the bet and take the risk and see if this trade works out, as long as you followed your rules. Now that uncertainty kicks off a huge panic response in our brains, because the risk to us is that we're wrong, even though that makes no sense if you accept the uncertainty and the probability that anything could happen in each trade. So the underlying, if you get back to the reality of it, is you're not accepting that risk, that you're not accepting that anything could happen 100%. Now, how do we start doing that? The first thing we have to start doing is being okay to be a little bit uncomfortable, to be in that uncertainty phase, because you can't logically apply anything could happen. You can't apply those kind of thoughts when your emergency brain is kicking in with panic. That is why fear, FOMO, revenge trading override anything else. So you might have just read Trading in the Zone and go, yep, in any single trade, I'm willing to accept that anything could happen. Go to the charts, and that goes out of your head because your panic brain has kicked in and gone, I don't like this. Let's take you back to safety. Let's do some FOMO and revenge trading and do everything you haven't planned to do. Okay. That is what's actually happening. So our entire process here, so that we can just follow our rules with a logical brain and apply the stuff that we've learned and we know. So that's your strategies, as well as, information from books like Trading in the Zone. You have to calm down this panic brain that kicks in. And to do that, we need to look at psychology and mindset. Now, what we actually need to do, what that is saying, psychology and mindset, fix your psychology and mindset. It means get strong, grow, become a strong person with a strong mindset, with a strong willpower, with hardiness, with strength, with inner strength, with resilience. That's what we need to do. We need to have self-belief, trust, and confidence. Now, these are all the things I was lacking when I had that overriding, just constant feeling of fear and doubt and lack of self-confidence. So how do we get that? Well, we need to go on these two journeys.